There is a spoiled young lady in our dormitory. Help her bring food once, attend a class on her behalf once, then do the cleaning once, and she'll give you something in return. My elder sister considers herself noble and lofty. Not only does she despise the young lady herself, but she also pulls me and forbids me from helping her. Sister, although we are poor, we should have backbone. We must never indulge her princess syndrome. However, later she married a boss who is 8 years older than her and laughed at me for not understanding love, while I died in a rented room on the first day of the Lunar New Year, because I couldn't afford the 130,000 yuan surgical fee. When I opened my eyes again, I was back to the beginning of my freshman year in college. The spoiled young lady sent a message in the dormitory group. Who can help me move my luggage tomorrow? I'll give her 5,000 yuan as a hardship fee. In the silence, I quickly typed, with a loud bang in the sky, your humble servant makes a brilliant appearance. You can help me move my luggage tomorrow. I'll give her 5,000 yuan as a hardship fee. Seeing this message again in the dormitory group, I was finally sure that I had truly been reborn and returned to the day when my freshman year of college just started. There is no pressure of debt and no suffering from illness. I'm back healthy. At this moment, a disdainful voice came from the lower bunk where I was. We are all freshmen. Who would help her move the luggage? I don't believe she can really come up with that much money. What is she pretending for? Then, my twin sister poked her head out. Don't you think so? Phelan? Meeting her contemptuous gaze, I suddenly clenched my phone tightly. It was the same in my previous life. At first, my elder sister didn't believe that the spoiled young lady could come up with the money, so she didn't want to help move the luggage and also didn't let me help. Later, when she saw that the spoiled young lady really took out 5,000 yuan to reward the 2 girls who helped her move the luggage. It's just having a bit of money. What's so great about that? Sister, although we are poor, we have backbone. We will never indulge her princess syndrome. For years in college, my elder sister was at odds with the spoiled young lady for years and dragged me along, forbidding me from helping the young lady. Later, before my elder sister graduated from college, she was with a boss who was 8 years older than her. I'm not with him because of the money. I'm with him for love. With just the word love, my elder sister refused to spend the little boss's money. In order to be worthy of him, she asked our parents for money to buy famous brand bags and luxury goods. After all the money at home was spent, my parents urged me to find a job. Fail in. Once your elder sister marries into a wealthy family, there will be money now. You should make more sacrifices, and she will surely help you in the future. They took a deep breath and looked ahead. My elder sister folded her arms and looked at me disapprovingly. Our monthly living expense is only 2,000 yuan. How could she possibly give 5,000 yuan just because someone helped her move the luggage? Don't daydream. Besides, look at her own of speaking. She obviously has princess syndrome. If you indulge her from the beginning, be careful that she will pester you in the future. I was too lazy to talk nonsense with her anymore. I lay back on the bed, pulled up the bed curtain, and said inferently, "Let's talk about it later." She was irritated by my attitude, gave me a resentful look, then scolded. "Don't think I don't know you're after this money. I want to see if she will really give it to you on tea. End up fetching water with a bamboo basket and working as a coolie for others in vain. Don't blame me for not reminding you." I smiled mockingly. In my previous life, when my elder sister saw that the spoiled young lady really took out 5,000 yuan, she was clearly so jealous that her teeth were grinding. Later, although she kept saying that the poor and lowly should not be swayed, she didn't hesitate to attend classes for other classmates and pick up their express deliveries. When the spoiled young lady found out, she even laughed at her. She is being so tough now, just because she thinks the spoiled young lady is lying. But I know, the spoiled young lady is the only daughter of the wealthy Zhang family in Shanghai. After her parents died in a car accident, they left her a huge inheritance and insurance. She has so much money that she can't squander it even in several lifetimes. Not long after I replied in the group, the spoiled young lady added me as a friend. We are sisters. What's wrong with me borrowing some money from you when I'm short of it? You can just tighten your belt a bit. It's not like you can't live with that. Didn't our parents give you the living expense for next month? Fei Lin, you can offer a helping hand to strangers. But why are you so mean to your own sister? Besides, what do you need that money for? She really likes the money at home. Sometimes it's 10 yuan, sometimes it's 20 yuan. Each time she takes a small amount, and our parents won't notice, and she hides this money in the interlaver of the small satchel she carries with her. I counted out 500 yuan and put it in my pocket, and I opened the dormitory door and went downstairs. Well, sigh. The dormitory auntie is really unreasonable. She won't let me bring the luggage upstairs, so I can only find someone to help me temporarily. The spoiled young lady had a lot of luggage. I had to make 6 strips to move it all. Ang House in September is already extremely hot and unbearable by the time I got back to the dormitory again. It was almost 11 o'clock. After an hour of hard work, I just sat down and was about to turn on the air conditioner when Vivian Lin snatched the remote control away. I ignored her and opened the school's recharge system. A minute later, our phones received a synchronous reminder from the campus payment system. The dormitory electricity fee has been credited to your account. 10 seconds later, my phone rang with a transfer reminder. Scarlett Zhang has transferred money to you. Not long after I walked out of the dormitory, Vivian Lin chased after me. She walked beside me and asked repeatedly to confirm. What? She really gave you the 5,000 yuan? Without turning my head, I replied, it's 7,000 yuan. Vivian Lin's eyes turned red, and she grabbed my arm and said, Fail in. How could you accept this money? Hurry up and return it to her. I asked, strangely, this is the fruit of my labor, why can't I accept it? When I was busy for that hour in the morning, weren't you afraid that she couldn't come up with this money? Vivian Lin sneered. With 8,000 yuan, what kind of coolie can't she hire? Why did she choose you? There must be something fishy going on. Maybe her money comes from an unknown and shady source. How dare you accept this kind of money? Hurry up and return it. I looked at Vivian Lin expressionlessly. She keeps saying that she's thinking of me. Men can't be relied on. Not all relatives love you as long as they are human. Their nature is selfish. Only money is the most reliable. You're overthinking it. I shook off Vivian Lin's arm and said, Haven't you seen what she wears and uses? Which one is not a famous brand? I advise you not to maliciously speculate about others. Besides, the money in your hand is more important than anything else. At least I won't have to worry about food and drink this month. Right? After I finished speaking, I opened my carousel and was about to leave. Vivian Lin stopped her feet and arrogant cursed. Fei Lin, I didn't expect you to be such a money-grubbing person, you. You lost yourself for a little money, just wait. You will definitely suffer a big loss in the future. In response to her, there were only my quick footsteps. In the afternoon, all the people in the dormitory had arrived. Hannah Zhang was the last roommate to come. She comes from a poor family. As soon as she arrived at the dormitory, she took out several big packages of things from the suitcase and handed them to us. Hearing this, I didn't even raise my head and said, You can just put it there. I'll give you the money after I finish eating. The spoiled young lady is always like this. Having been pampered since childhood, she rarely says thank you to others. Her way of not owing favors is to throw money at people. However, upon hearing this, Hannah Jiang's smile froze for a moment, and she quickly waved her hands and said, No, I'm not doing this for the money. I just want to share it with you. The spoiled young lady. Oh, her eyes were fixed on the variety show on the iPad. She probably didn't even hear what Hannah Jong said. Hannah Jong stood there feeling a bit embarrassed. Seeing this situation, I was just about to say a few words to smooth things over. Suddenly, Vivian Lin came over and smiled as she took the dried sausage from Hannah Jeong's hand. At this moment, she was so angry that she rolled her eyes and was about to curse. I said calmly. Scarlett Jong didn't mean anything else either. Seeing that I was siding with the young lady, Vivian Lin immediately turned her anger towards me. Hearing this, Hannah Jong didn't care about Vivian Lin anymore and immediately said to the spoiled young lady happily, Yes, my mother sells dried sausages. Her mother makes and sells dried sausages every year. Last year, the economy was not good. People who worked outside didn't earn much money, and there were fewer people buying dried sausages. Half of their goods were still unsold at home. Her parents were so worried that their hair turned white, and they couldn't sleep well all night. Now, finally, there is hope for her family. Okay, I'll take them all. I'll pay for the postage. I sent the address to your phone. After the spoiled young lady finished speaking, she threw the packaging box into the trash can, climbed onto the bed, and said, I'm going to sleep you, whoever you are. Don't let me hear you making noise again. Vivian Lin. She gave Hannah Jong a fierce look, as well as at the 1,000 yuan that had just been credited to her phone. Her eyes turned red with anger again. She no longer asked me to go to class or have meals with her. Instead, she hung out with a girl from the next dormitory who came from a poor family. Later, one day, that girl learned about the relationship between me and Vivian Lin and asked her in confusion, Why don't you go with your sister? Upon hearing this, Vivian Lin sneered and deliberately said in a loud voice that I could hear, Aren't you very tough at school? Why don't you even have anything to eat when you get home? Fei Lin, if you want to do such a despicable thing and disgrace our family, don't blame me for being rude. I ignored her and turned back to my room. Woo, half an hour later, the delicious barbecue and fried rice takeout were delivered. My parents, who didn't show up when I was searching for something to eat in the kitchen on an empty stomach just now, came out of the room when I was quietly taking the takeouts. I immediately pointed at me and started scolding. I said expressionlessly, You didn't leave any food for me. And you won't even let me order takeout. Do you want to starve me to death? My mother, do you have any conscience when you say that? You showed us a cold shoulder first. Do you expect us to indulge you? Besides, which word did we say wrong? Telling you not to be someone's lackey and to live with backbone. Is that harming you? My father also nodded in agreement. Fei Lin, you weren't like this before it. It's those money that have confused your mind. Now give all the money to us. What do you need so much money for as a child? Vivian Lin folded her arms and chimed in triumphantly. Yeah. People will get carried away when they have money. You even dare to disobey your parents. Hurry up and take out the money. I looked at them deeply. They keep saying that they are doing it for my own good. But in my previous life, when I was lying in the hospital bed in urgent need of money for treatment, why didn't they give me the money? I clenched the takeout bag, and the veins on the back of my hand bulged. Just because we are your parents. If that's the case, then I'd rather not have parents like you. My parents' faces immediately changed. What do you mean by that? You've gone too far. Hey, Lin, how dare you say such things? Get out. I might as well consider not having a daughter like you. In a fit of anger, they pointed at my nose and cursed. I sneered, picked up the takeout box, and left home without looking back. I can earn money by running errands for the spoiled young lady at school. Anyway, I won't starve myself. In my previous life, in order to help Vivian Lin maintain her rich girl image, I had to give her more than 10,000 yuan every month, which was much harder than now. Having made up my mind, I was just about to go to bed. But the phone rang. It was 10 o'clock at night calling at this time. Don't they care about disturbing others' sleep? I looked at the caller ID, and sure enough, it was the spoiled young lady. What's the matter, miss? Have you gone home? I just got here. Hey, I'll give you 10. Sorrow you on a day to come and play with me for a while. Me? The spoiled young lady booked me a flight ticket to Shanghai overnight. The spoiled young lady took a couple of sips and nodded. It's still more convenient for you to use it. If Vivian Lin were here, she would definitely point at the young lady's nose and scold her for not treating me as a human being and trampling on my dignity at will. But I followed her words and said, "It's my humble servant's honor." The spoiled young lady gave me a sidelong glance. Fei Lin, have you watched too many TV dramas? I stayed at the spoiled young lady's house for 10 days. There were a lot of servants in the young lady's house, and I didn't have to do any work. My daily life was just to accompany her to eat, drink, watch TV dramas, and read novels. Chatting and gossiping with her was like being a paid playmate. Actually, I was also puzzled with the spoiled young lady's conditions. Why? She shouldn't be short of friends. And the friends around her should all be wealthy young ladies with more common topics. How looking at the spoiled young lady in her pajamas, eating potato chips, lying on the sofa, watching variety shows, and laughing heartily, I swallowed back the doubts in my heart. Whatever. Anyway, I had enough to eat and drink, and I was living in such a luxurious villa. On the day before the New Year, the spoiled young lady finally remembered that it was the New Year after answering a phone call. She asked me in confusion, "Aren't you going home for the New Year? Some of the servants at home will take 3 days off every year at this time. I can give you a bonus according to their standards." I waved my hand and said, "I'm not going back. I had a quarrel with my family." The spoiled young lady became interested upon hearing this. "Oh? What happened?" I told the spoiled young lady some of my complaints about my family in both my previous life and this life. "I don't think you need to think so much," the spoiled young lady said. "Some parents don't have children to raise them, while my parents also ignored me since I was a child. It wasn't because of work. They really didn't care about me at all. So I've never had any feelings for them since I was a child. Love, whether it's family love or romantic love, when you become powerful enough, you'll find that there are people around you who are willing to treat you with all their hearts. Unfortunately, for me, talking about these emotions is... I grew up beside my grandfather. I was only brought to Shanghai after my parents died. When I first came back, I wasn't without the thought of playing with them. They don't eat spicy strips and don't watch Who's the Murderer, so I knew we weren't the same kind of people. Upon hearing this, I looked at her with pity. "Miss, I didn't expect you to be so pitiful before. You must have suffered a lot when you were a child, right?" She waved her hand inferently. "It's okay at that time. My grandfather ranked 3rd on the rich list in Beijing. He just climbed to the 1st place recently. Life was indeed not as easy as it is now. Me, I was the clown, all alone. I didn't go home during the entire winter vacation. My parents called me twice. The first time was to scold me. I didn't answer the second call. They didn't call again after that. I'm not afraid of what they will do. They regard themselves as decent people. If I ignore them, all they will do is secretly scold me for being non-filial. They won't do anything else." When the new semester started, a young lady generously booked a business class seat for me as well. Vivian Lin arrived early. When she saw me showing up with the young lady, she said coldly, "No wonder you didn't go home. Turns out you've latched onto a wealthy backer. Fei Lin. You actually abandoned your family just for money. You know how disappointed Mom and Dad are in you." I glanced at the balance in my bank card. If Vivian Lin knew that I had earned more than 200,000 yuan during this winter vacation, She would probably be so angry that she'd be green with envy. After the winter vacation, my relationship with the young lady became even better. This made her even more generous when giving me money. After the second semester, the deposit in my card had already reached 300,000 yuan. During the summer vacation, the young lady went traveling all over the country. But she didn't take me with her because I had to go to work. I couldn't just rely on the young lady to support me all the time. On the day the winter vacation started, the Lin W came, who always liked to make sarcastic remarks in the dormitory, surprisingly didn't come back. When I finished packing my things and was about to leave, I suddenly received a call from her. Fei In, I'm at the gynecology hospital right now, come over quickly. I frowned, and a strong premonition welled up in my heart. Out of curiosity to see what was going on, I still went there. In the corridor bustling with people, Vivian Lin and her dear boyfriend, Luo Guy, were having a fierce argument. You said you took precautions, how could I still be pregnant? I don't care. I definitely don't want this baby. Hurry up and give me the money for an abortion. Ryan was holding her hand and pleading humbly, but I could see a hint of calculation and sinister intent in his eyes. King, I really like you, and I'm really looking forward to this baby since we have it. Let's keep it. I will definitely marry you, okay? Vivian Lin shook off his hand without hesitation. Marry me? With what? Your family is so poor and you're from out of town. My parents will never agree to me marrying you. Besides, we're both only in our 20s. Can we afford the responsibility of raising a child? Stop daydreaming and give me the money for an abortion quickly. Vivian Lin wasn't the innocent girl that Ryan had deceived in her previous life. She acts high and mighty on the surface, but she's not really a fool. Upon hearing this, Ryan's face immediately darkened. Do you think I'm poor? At this point, Vivian Lin didn't care about anything anymore. She had always been sharp-tongued and said, Isn't that the truth? If you were rich, would you have dated me? The tenderness on Ryan's face vanished completely, replaced by bitter accusations. Vivian Lin, I thought you were kind and innocent when I chased you. I didn't expect you to be as money-oriented as they are. Just you wait, one day I will become successful. And even if you beg me then, I won't look at you twice. After saying that, he turned to leave. But Vivian Lin grabbed him. Give me the money for the abortion. I'm like you doesn't deserve a single cent from me. After saying this viciously, Ryan strode away. He was afraid that if he ran a second slower, he would be forced to give the money. With a poker face, I watched this farce to the end, along with the recording function on my phone. Vivian Lin turned around and saw me. She immediately said happily, Say Lin, you came at the right time. She must have heard what happened just now. Hurry up and give me the money. I've asked, and the painless abortion costs more than 6 yuan. Fei looked at her mockingly. Why should I give it to you? She said matter-of-factly. You've been that spoiled young lady's lackey for so long, you must have money. This is an urgent matter, and I don't have time to play petty games with you. Give me the money quickly. I shook my head. I won't pay for your mistakes. She was stunned for a moment, and her expression turned malicious. Fei Lim, you've earned quite a bit of money, haven't you? You're not even willing to take out 6,000 yuan? You're my own sister. I sneered. Did you ever think of me when I was out there struggling and working hard this past year? Vivian Lin said impatiently. I'm too lazy to talk nonsense with you. Either give me the money, or we'll cut off our relationship. I won't care about your affairs in the future. I smiled. I couldn't wish for anything better. Vivian Lin was enraged by my resolute attitude. She hysterically shouted, Lin, you've given up your conscience for money sooner or later. You'll get your comeuppance, and you'll definitely regret it. Oh, at least I still have money, while you, I gave her a disdainful look. Too lazy to say more. I turned around and left without hesitation. By the way, I sent the recorded scene to her counselor and my parents. Not long after, the news of Vivian Lin's suspension from school spread like wildfire. I hadn't originally told other classmates about it. They were just too good at gossiping. The news spread from one person to another in various groups, and they pieced together the truth. I once saw Vivian Lin coming back from the gynecology hospital. She was extremely weak and even went to Ryan's dormitory door to make a scene, shouting for him to give her money quickly. Everyone knows they're in a relationship. It's such a commotion. It's most likely that they couldn't reach an agreement about the abortion. That's right, the day Vivian Lin came to go through the suspension procedures, I saw her parents slap her several times at school. They were saying things like how shameful it was and that they didn't want a daughter like her. I wonder how Ryan dealt with it. It's a matter of mutual consent. If he's determined to deny it, what can we do about him? Following that, my parents called me frantically. As soon as I answered, they started scolding me furiously. Fade in. You're so vicious. How could you send such a video to the teacher? Now, how is your sister going to continue studying at school? You must come back and apologize to your sisters. He has developed severe depression because of this matter. Moreover, she's extremely weak after just having an abortion. You must immediately take out all the money you have to compensate your sister and then come back to take care of her. Otherwise, we'll consider not having a daughter like you. I held the phone and never hung up. Listening to their mean words, I smiled with a sense of relief. Fine, then consider not having a daughter like me. After hanging up the phone, I blocked them without hesitation. Looking at the clear and sunny weather outside, for the first time, I felt that life could be so carefree and easy. Since my parents couldn't get in touch with me and had nowhere to vent their anger, they finally turned their blame on Ryan being extremely concerned about Face. I ultimately chose to call the police. I have no idea how the police coordinated the matter. I only know that not long after, Ryan dropped out of school on his own and disappeared without a trace. I had an extremely relaxing time at school. The next time I saw Vivian Lin was on the day the third year of college started. She got out of a BMW. In my previous life, it was this man who, not long after marrying Vivian Lin, tried to rape me while drunk. After I strongly refused, he spread the word everywhere that I had seduced him. When Vivian Lin found out, she hit me, and my parents also disgustedly called me a slut. I was rejected by them and died alone on New Year's Eve. At this moment, the young lady, who was welcoming new students with me for fun, leaned over and asked me, "What are you looking at? Your eyes are so fierce, as if you're looking at your archenemy." Vivian Lin happened to see us too and walked over with a proud gait. "Fei Lin, long time no see. Are you still being someone's lackey?" I pursed my lips, feeling a chill all over my body. However, the young lady reacted quickly and sneered, "Haven't seen you for a while. Your taste has become so unique." I had originally thought that Vivian Lin would ask me for money to help her so-called true love get through this crisis. After all, in her previous life, she egged on our parents to brazenly ask me for money. With a deposit. As long as I don't get married and find a stable job, I can definitely live a carefree life. The young lady smiled. Coincidentally, I don't plan to get married either. Just thinking that with my status, I can either only have a business marriage or all the men who chase me are just after my money. Makes me feel so bored. And great to find a few young guys to keep around when I'm tired of playing in the future. Come work for me at my house after you graduate. I'll pay you. Just be available whenever I need you. I was overjoyed. Really? Miss? She patted me. You little thing. I can keep you around for fun casually. Why would I lie to you? I immediately saluted. Your humble servant obeys the order.